All right, well, it is 5 o'clock somewhere, and that means it's time for another Food for Thought Friday. Alright, so it's been a few weeks since my last article review, and there's no other reason for that than simple time constraints. I gotta tell you, it takes time. Now, on average, an academic article will range anywhere from, I've seen 5, but more often 10 pages to 30 pages. Of course, there's articles in the hundreds of pages, on average 10 to 30 pages. And there's a lot of technical jargon, statistical analysis, methodology to weed through, and I love it. But this isn't exactly like reading 30 pages of your favorite fiction novel. These are technical papers, and so it does take time to read and to comprehend and digest, and then it takes time to decide which pieces to really pull out and share. And so typically this process, for me, spans over about a 7-day period, and to be frank, life has been busy. And so with that prelude, today I'm pulling from an article called Does Time Management Work? A meta-analysis. Now, the researchers on this one are Brad Aon and Alexandra Panaccio from Concordia University in Montreal, Quebec. I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly, as well as Ada Faber from Laval University in Quebec City, Quebec. Now, this paper was published in 2021, and as always, I will share a screenshot of the first page somewhere here on the screen. Alright, so looking at the article, as stated, this is a meta-analysis, and if you don't know, a meta-analysis is when you take a collection of articles and you perform some statistical analysis on the group of findings to have essentially an analysis of the overall total results contained across many research studies. It's an analysis of an analysis, meta-analysis. The concept is that each individual study may contain bias or may contain error, and by analyzing the total results across multiple studies, this bias and this error becomes negligible. Now, of course, it's not exactly quite that simple. It's quite a bit more technical. Because of course, garbage in, garbage out, so it has to be a quality study. It can't be completely wrought with error, and we'll just meta-analyze the error out of it. Not quite that so simple, garbage in, garbage out, okay? But we're not going to get into the technicalities of meta-analysis. That's not what we're doing today. After narrowing down their search, these 3 researchers landed on 138 studies to include in their meta-analysis, and this is what they found. Generally, across all studies, time management was conceptualized to have 3 factors. And I guess it's a good starting point if we want to understand and ask, does X work? We should probably start by defining what do we actually mean by X, right? So, what is time management? The 3 factors that were generally agreed upon across this analysis were number 1, structuring time. And this, opening quote, this refers to how people map their activities to time using a schedule, a planner, or other device that represents time in a systematic way, end quote. So structuring time. The next factor is protecting time. Quote, this refers to how people set boundaries around their time to repel intruders. Closing quote. I love that. To repel intruders. Time thieves, okay? So you schedule your time, you protect your time. And the third factor of time management is adapting time to changing conditions. Right? There's an old adage that I heard long ago from project management. It's plan the work, work the plan, right? You've got to be adaptable with your time to the changing conditions. Now this means, opening quote, to be responsive and flexible with one's time structure. So you've structured it, you've protected it, but now you've got to be flexible with that time. Those are the 3 agreed upon factors of time management. So, you've got planning, you've got protecting, you got flexing. Now, I want you to let me know in the comments below. Leave a note, leave a comment. Which of these three factors do you tend to struggle with when it comes to time management? Do you struggle to really get ink to paper and plan your schedule out? Do you struggle with protecting your time once it's planned out? Or do you struggle with being flexible to changing circumstances? I'll tell you, for myself, I tend to struggle with the protecting of my time. That's me. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Where do you struggle with time management? Now, the authors offer the following definition then of time management. Time management is defined as a form of decision-making used by individuals to structure, protect, and adapt their time to changing conditions. And I love that because I'm all about decision-making science, right? So, what does it mean for time management then to work? What's the intended outcome of structuring, protecting, and adapting your time, right? And is it that we become more productive? Is that the outcome? Do we become more productive? Perhaps. Is it that we become more efficient? Maybe. So let's dig into the article and I will read a section. Opening quotes. Overall, time management has a moderate impact on performance at work. We distinguish between results-based and performance-based performance. The former measures performance as an outcome. As an example, performance appraisals by supervisors, whereas the latter measures performance as a behavioral contribution. For example, motivation and job involvement. Time management seems related to both types of performance. End quote. All right, so here we can see that structuring, adapting, and protecting your time can lead to greater motivation, job involvement, as well as greater performance appraisals. And that's very good news, right? Right. But wait, there's more. On the whole, opening quote. On the whole, time management has a slightly stronger impact on well-being than on performance. This is unexpected, considering how the dominant discourse points to time management as a skill for professional career development. End quote. Okay, so time management, that is structuring, protecting, and flexing your time, not only leads to greater productivity, but it also leads to increased well-being. The authors note that time management particularly has a positive impact on life satisfaction, which is a key element in subjective well-being. So, what is time management, and does it really work? Well, the research seems to suggest that not only does it increase performance, but to an even greater degree, well-being, which, as we already know, has a massive impact on performance. So, there you have it. Do with that as you may. I, for one, plan to shut down my laptop for the evening and protect my time. I hope that helps. Follow me for more.